So HPCL exam date has been announced, which is on 23rd of December. But in this video, I'll tell you why you should not prepare for HPCL exam. At the end of this video, I will also share one bad as well as one good news, so don't miss it. Earlier, HPCL used to recruit from GATE exam only. When I appeared, it was there. In fact, I was selected in HPCL also after clearing the PI round. But jab tak results aaye, tab tak I had already joined Indian Oil. And now, as all of you know, from last few years, HPCL is taking its own exam, which I think is a benefit for all of you, right? If something goes wrong in GATE, you have one more exam to get a PSU recruitment. So that's a benefit. And another benefit for GATE Mechanical, that it has highest number of vacancies for GATE Mechanical. Now, coming to the main question of this video, that why you should not prepare for HPCL exam. I'm sure you have gone through the notification, you know the exam pattern by now, and you know that you have 150 minutes in this exam, and in those 150 minutes, you have to solve 170 questions. So if you take the ratio, there is roughly 53 seconds for each question. Now compare that with GATE. You have 3 minutes roughly per question in GATE. It tells you the reality of the exam, of HPCL exam, that the questions asked in HPCL exam are not that conceptual, that difficult, that in-depth, that numerical driven like we have in GATE. HPCL questions are very easy, doable, quick to solve. You can get the idea by looking at the previous year questions of HPCL exam. In fact, if you look at this syllabus, technical as well as the aptitude syllabus, you will realize it is very similar to GATE. And as I have told earlier, that many Exergic students have cracked HPCL exam. They are currently working in HPCL only on the basis of GATE syllabus, which they have covered in Exergic courses. So you can be confident that the syllabus of GATE which we cover is enough to get selected in HPCL. But at this point of time, I would like to mention that the type of question asked in HPCL, around 25% questions are data-based questions also, where you are expected to memorize some of the data values, some range of some of the parameters which we study, which is not there in GATE, right? GATE does not ask you to memorize the values and the range of many parameters which we study, which is there in HPCL exam. So does it mean you should start remembering all of them? Here I would like to clarify one thing. Point number one, if you have been following my advice, I always tell you, even when preparing for GATE, that you should have an idea of the range of things in your mind. Just like you have the idea of range of length, right? If I tell you that a tower, you have a building which is 1 centimeter of height, you will realize something is wrong. How can building be of 1 centimeter, right? At the end of the answer, you will doubt your calculation. Ki yaar, 1 centimeter kaise aa raha hai, height of building? But at the same time, if question is asking you to calculate thermal conductivity of any material, do you have a range in your mind? That answer which you are getting, is it a logical answer or it's not a logical answer? So for GATE also, I have always encouraged you to have a range, idea of range in your mind for different parameters like viscosity, thermal conductivity, convection coefficient, etc. That same thing is going to be helpful for you in HPCL as well. And just in case you don't know those values, just in case you are not comfortable with those values, there's no issue. You just skip those questions and focus on rest questions in the HPCL exam. Rest 75% questions which are not going to be data-based, theoretical data-based question. Still you will be able to crack the exam because cutoff is only 60-65% for this exam. And in fact, this year I think cutoff will even go less than 60-65%. You know why? Because from this year HPCL has negative marking in their exam, which was not there in the last year, which means accuracy is important. Solving what you know correctly is more important than trying to solve everything. This is the same learning which we have in GATE as well. So not only the syllabus, but also the strategy which we have in GATE of preferring accuracy is applicable for HPCL exam. Before I tell you the good and the bad news, let me give you a very important learning, a very important conclusion to prepare for non-GATE exams, right? Throughout the year, many different exams keep coming. But if you will keep changing your preparation strategy for every exam, for every announcement, for every notification, then you are not going to get anywhere. कि start किया with GATE plan, then suddenly exam A came, उसकी तैयारी में लग गए. Then suddenly exam B came, उसकी तैयारी में लग गए. And like this, you kept changing your preparation strategy every few weeks, every few months. Let me tell you, you will not reach anywhere. Neither you will get selected in GATE, nor you will be able to crack these exams. Because firstly, आपको focus करना है to cover the concepts, to cover the syllabus in depth, to the right depth, which you can do best by GATE preparation. If you are doing GATE preparation, your syllabus width-wise also is decently covered, and depth-wise also it is very nicely covered. So you will be in a state, if you have prepared for GATE with focus, you will be in a state to crack all these exams. Yeah? Again, these exams will be coming next year. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि they are announced in any given session or given year. If you have focused on your GATE preparation, hopefully you will be having multiple PSUs option through GATE only. But if that did not go well and you are having good preparation of GATE, उसके बाद आएंगे ना exams. ये सब exams next year भी आएंगे. Just GATE के बाद आना start हो जाएंगे. But बिना syllabus complete किए ही अगर आप अपना path you will keep changing, तो you are not going to reach anywhere. ना आपका GATE preparation हो पाएगा with a proper 1 year plan, 8 months plan, और ना आपका इन सब exams में selection हो पाएगा. Now coming to the bad news, that from last couple of years we were conducting HPCL mock test free for everyone, open test, but this year we will not be doing that because already we are busy with the questions of test series and TSP questions we are making, so we are not having the time to make those questions again this year. But the good news is that for GATE we are going to have our gear up, right? All India free open mock test very soon. The details you will be getting on the website of Exergic, on the social media handles of Exergic. So do not miss that. It's going to come very soon, maybe within next 7 to 10 days. Let me end this video with a very beautiful quote. What matters most is to focus on what matters most. All the best.